Hello, everyone. Hello. Yeah. Before talking about targets, numbers, and technology, let me ask you a simple question. When was the last time you convinced someone? Maybe to your friends, you convinced them to do something in your favor or your idea. Maybe you negotiated hard for a better price for something you bought. Or at home, maybe you looked at your sibling or child and asked, "Give me the TV remote." Or to the child, you might have said, "One last bite, Kanna." If you did any of these, then you didn't just communicate or convince, you sold. Sales is everywhere, and that's why I'm here today. Let me repeat one more time. Sales is everywhere. For example, when prime ministers travel across the globe and sign trade deals, that is sales. When nations bargain over tariffs, that is also sales. So sales keeps life moving. And I saw the rhythm in sales. Because if somebody asks me or tells me, okay, come, this will take another 30 minutes to go there by walk, I can't. Or if my wife says to wash these utensils will take 20 minutes, I can't. There is a language I want to take. There is a stimulus I want to take. If my friend would have told me to walk, it might take only 5 songs from your playlist, I would have done it. Same case with my wife too. It would take only 3 songs from your favorite playlist. So I started reading the patterns because just think, in our job, we compose emails. We should be having the harmony between the teams, between the seller and buyer. And there should be a pitch to convince, low pitch, high pitch, whatever. And then there should be a sync. So if the sale have to happen, a relationship have to happen, there should be a rhythm. So I would like to take you to 2 moments from my own life, and then let's speak about the frameworks and other things. So the first moment or the vibration, I would say, that was during my final year of engineering. My family was undergoing a financial crisis. They couldn't settle my final year academic fees. I needed 50,000. My friends tried crowdfunding, that didn't work. So before giving up, I thought, all right, let me try to sell my crisis. I decided to walk around the textile belt of Tirupur, knocked door to door of all the factories and mills. One fine person heard my story and he said, okay. And then he took a check and wrote something and gave it to me. I couldn't believe my eyes, more zeros than I expected. It was 10,000 rupees from a person, an investment on a stranger by a stranger. I needed 50,000. He said, I already spoke about you to my friends, go and meet them. Without much of a difficulty, I was able to achieve it. But what that created or made me learn is the belief and the trust and the organic pitch that came when I was in the crisis. So the belief is that one word. The second moment is way back in 2006-7 period, during my second year, third year engineering time, fed up of chatting with friends, because those were the times, we don't have WhatsApp, Instagram, or RTI, whatever we have now. We don't have that luxury. We were having only the text messages. So here you can see some mobile displays, not the latest one or technically savvy or anything like that. All old phones, classic phones. I don't know how many of you used it, or maybe our parents or uncles might have used it. So what I did is, I took dictionary, I took aptitude books and started entering good words, and I started sending those messages to the distribution list. I was not knowing or aware what is coming. One fine day, one person came, that was salubrious machan. Another person said, hey, that girl is ubiquitous. And I was thinking, okay, good to see that these people started using these words. And that messages made me learn by myself entering in the phone and sending it. And that messages, SMS started spreading from students to students, classes to classes, departments to departments, colleges to colleges, state to states. So in no time, it went like a pan-India blast. Several people started subscribing. So the word subscribing also is very familiar now. I was not aware at that time. So I just added them back to the list. And then even now you know the term called going viral. So that phenomenon also I tasted at that time. So lot of calls, messages, lot of inspiration to create new messages and questions. So you can see those things. Guess what? Somebody was watching. The mobile operators approached me. They said, give those messages to us. Send those messages to us. You can get paid for that. I was thinking, just like a dialogue in the movie Dark Knight, where Joker says, if you are good at something, never do it for free. But what is the free element over here? The free element is not money. It's all about the knowledge I gained by preparing myself and sending to all. I was getting self-trained, self-learned, and created a long crowd who was so good at learning these words. So that is one thing. So I denied that offer from mobile operator. I said, there is something beyond monetization, earning money, that is called value creation. Exciting, isn't it? Now, I want you to visualize two situations. Imagine you are in those two situations. You work for a company where that particular company is in a crisis. They are in a situation to lay off employees, and then there is no sale, there is no revenue, unable to pay. At that fine moment, a deal comes from you that boosts everything and that saves a lot of family. Imagine you being in that situation. The second situation is the company is in a crisis again. They may be closing their financial year with a dip in the graph. And one deal from that dip, it actually helped to go up. Are you that person? Isn't it exciting when you become that salesperson to be celebrated, the essential person that any company is looking for? That's why I say there is a rhythm in sales. Coming to sales approaches, of course, we are in this era. We cannot sell the same way how our mentors and seniors were doing probably few years back. So there is a lot of learning, research is going on, and no more a phenomenon called feature selling and product selling could win. And there is another approach called solution selling. Here you may think a doctor is showing an X-ray to a patient. Why I am making it particularly for the sales pitches? Just think, if anybody have a problem, they will go to a pharmacy and they will ask for some pills. Among all the stacked pills and tablets, they will be taking one and give it to you. But that's not sales now. A salesperson should do a consultative approach, and he should be like a doctor, because the doctor will not simply go and prescribe something. Before that, he does something called diagnosis. He will be asking smart questions like, how long are you facing this? When did it happen? What is the effect? At what time? So he understands by asking those questions, and he tries to uncover what the other side, the patient or the client, they don't know what they don't know, and the doctor uncovers that and they diagnosis. So again, this is the approach. We all should be solution sellers. So now, coming to the AI world again, of course, sales is not an exception. There is a lot of myth happening, because in the news you may be reading about a lot of layoffs, lot of replacement of jobs by AI. Of course, it is there. I showed the old display phones. Now nobody is using it. So there will be evolution, there will be innovation, and we should adapt to that. Agentic AI can do its own decisions. Gen AI can do its own activities section by section. But who is on top of it? We, the humans. If we know to prompt well, then we will be taking the control of all these AI tools. So prompting is the key. It's not man versus machine, it is man with the machine. So what I did is, by learning about the techniques in sales, by closing many deals, the experiences, and interacting with many people, what I did is I created framework. Because when we put a process, or when we put a sales closure thing in a framework, it sees the success. So the first framework is seduce. Yeah, it's a quirky word, but you can just imagine what is seduce is all about. In business, you get an inquiry, you get a new lead, and you need to do everything, the right thing about our company or what you represent, and then you need to attract and bring it to your zone. So this is that step called seduce. And the next framework, once we have brought them into our zone, we have something called sniper. So sniper, sharp shooting thing, right? So we will be acting like a sniper to close that deal, take it into our home, to our zone. This sniper thing is nothing but, once that seduce framework is done and brought into a zone, we need to close it. We should have a proper plan, precision plan, that what we hit should not go somewhere else. So this framework helps to ensure what we act upon to win that particular deal will happen. All right, so you may be thinking, okay, if we are following seduce and sniper, it's going to be success. No, because think about the competition. There should be something in our hand that we should plan to release at the right moment. That is called Brahmastra. Brahmastra is nothing but a trump card. You will be presenting everything to a client or a prospect where you want to win that particular business, and you just want to hide it until you want to release it in that moment. That is called Brahmastra. So we discuss, I involved with the team and I discussed like what we should do, what is the seduce framework here, what is the sniper act here. If we say that, okay, we have less chance, and what is the Brahmastra that we need to put. So these frameworks will keep us very easy to memorize and apply. And if we see any kind of a business that we want to close in these frameworks, it works. And now, I said, being a doctor, diagnosing, the AI framework, the sales framework, and everything. For us, we need somebody to be imagined. Okay, I should be like this, because we all follow some frameworks and some people in our real life, right? So this is a character in Ramayana. I don't know how many of you were able to recognize this character, maybe less spoken about. So this person got the boon, I would say, like the smartest way. He said, he asked God, Brahma, if somebody faces me face to face or head to head, I should gain the 50 percentage or half the power of the opponent. Exactly, yeah. So Vali is that person. How exciting is it, right? Even Ravana, in a small encounter, Ravana couldn't beat Vali. The whole Ramayana is all about beating Ravana. Lord Rama had to take lot of strategy, and even Lord Rama had to stay behind Vali and aim the arrow. Think about Vali in any kind of a situation. You are not going to drain your energy to your opponent. You are going to gain the energy. Imagine you are sitting in a conference room to kill or to deal with a $1 billion deal or $1 million deal. You should have all the frameworks and plans, and you should offer a smile because you are becoming Vali. You are actually taking that business away from the competitors and it is coming your way. How exciting it is, right? So this is why I say preparation within the framework is very important. Idealizing like Vali, gaining powers in critical situation is very much needed. Let's be the A player. Let's be the person to be celebrated at any moment. Because when you steal momentum, momentum will steal results for you, for now and for the future. Thank you.